Tales from the wild. Stories from the heart. A journey into the mind and soul of fired-up business professionals where they share their vision for the future. And hear from a different non-profit organization every month as they create awareness of their goals and their needs. Dive into a world of untamed passion as we join our host, Shireen Buerta, for this month's episode of Friends from Wild Places.
That's awesome. Thank you, Felipe. So I have another question that I wanted to ask you. What is it that you want to do for the community through your business?
Oh, great question. So I think I mentioned to you earlier about we have empowerment academies that basically I want to change mindsets. But at the end, I have a holistic approach through our workforce development program. So when I go into communities, it's just not about offering them a job. I think when you talk about housing, and that should talk about housing problems in Miami. But so the population I hire, Shireen and Tanya, are folks that have lost jobs or veterans or folks returning back to society. We call them, our term is returning citizens or formerly incarcerated. So my whole point is, whatever those challenges are, we can help them. So if they never had a bank account, we make sure we partner with the local bank to make sure we give them a bank account. As I stated earlier in our podcast, everything is local in business. So the community benefit when that folks is okay. So if they need a bank account, we give them a bank account. If they have substance abuse issues, we'll partner with the right organizations, get them cleaned up. I'm not gonna judge them for that. We're gonna just give them the help. If they want to go get more education, we'll partner with the right community colleges and universities that will partner with our program to help them get more education, right? Housing. In our country, Shireen, if you're a felon, you cannot get housing or public housing. So we're gonna work on getting some sort of a transitional housing in our model. So every community we go into, when we hire returning citizens, they'll have a place to land. They'll have a community to land too. So because I think sometimes when they go in their own environment, their old environment, they will still go back to their old ways. We want to just change them so they have some choices, right? So having a relationship with folks on my team that have housing backgrounds and all that, and I've been on housing boards, I got a chance to learn how to deal with those challenges. And also folks that don't have those challenges, we're gonna help them become homeowners. We've done all that. Some folks in my business, my project and my product, in the past, they never had own a car. They never had their own apartment. They got out of public housing. Believe it or not, that's a big step for them because they all want to work. We just have to create the opportunity for them to succeed. So yes, so it's a holistic approach. It's about changing people's lives. That's what I love about this business model. It's about changing mindsets and changing their lives. If we're not doing that, then we have not made an impact in their communities. That's what this business model is all about.
Right. Well, in that case, I do have another question.
Okay, cool.
Do you need a bookkeeper? Because you're the perfect client I'm looking for. Just amazing heart, beautiful spirit. I'm just kidding.
No, I know, but you know, but everywhere we go, we need different. So I like to learn more about your background. I do, because QuickBooks to me there's different versions of it, right? And you got the premium version. I understand as well. But yes, do not. Yeah, I know you laughed and you asked as a question. It's a good plug, but don't run away from it. Okay, so we need to have a question. We need to have a conversation offline about that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Felipe, talking about the massive impact that you're making for your community, one of the things that Friends from Wild Places does is we support a nonprofit with our podcast. And so this month, when we release your podcast, we're going to be supporting the American Cancer Society. This is not the first time. We have supported them before, but it was a good few years ago. So I am actually very excited to have them up on the block again and on the pedestal. They deserve it. They need it. So please tell us a little bit about the American Cancer Society and, what it means to you and how we as listeners, and even myself and Tanya, how we can help.
So I hope I compose myself through this conversation. So the American Cancer Society is an organization that develops, the funding is used for more research to deal with the challenges in cancer in different races. I mean, because it's just different races have different type of cancers, and that's what it's really basically used for, the research and awareness, right? So as I celebrate my birthday today, but I lost a woman I love very, very, very much to cancer, my mother. And that was when I started my company in 2001, my first company. She died in 2001. So I just know that it's taken a lot of my loved ones. So, but of course, the first love of my life that she loved me was my mother. So when it comes to cancer and the American Cancer Society, I know we need to get all the dollars we can to deal with this plight of cancer in our society. And it's a challenge. And they've come a long ways from my mother's transition, cancer, uterus cancer, and breast cancer. Strides have been made. Make no mistake. I mean, so every dollar or everything we can provide to the organization, I want to make sure we give it to them to help them deal with the challenges of cancer. So yes, that's the reason why I selected it, and that's the reason. Thank you for supporting it. But I want to let you know there's some good folks I lost along the way, but my mother was the most important one that gave me birth on this day.
Absolutely.
Our condolences, Felipe. Our condolences on your mom. And grief is timeless. Grief is timeless. Healing is timeless. And sometimes it's, we're here as we transition ourselves and, here to do good and bring awareness. So we will do our best to support your mission.
I appreciate it, because that's why, at this age, I call it my fourth quarter of my journey. So it's all about the legacy I'm trying to develop. So what I'm doing is through the organizations I can support and leave it better for my family. That's what it's really all about. So, and the communities that we're going to impact, the people we're going to impact, the world will know about us, Serena and Tanya, in a very short period of time. Because it's important to me, not for so back in the day, it would have been an arrogant statement to make. Today is an educational statement to make, because everybody needs this help. That's a part of choices and development and wisdom. I have the wisdom today like I never had before. So that's my story. And I can that's what I bring today. Wisdom and passion and commitment and all those things. When an entrepreneur gets to this stage, you just have different outlooks in life. And that's just my story today.
Right.
That's the person I am today. So thank you.
Thank you, Felipe. We really appreciate it. And cancer has taken a lot of our loved ones, so we can all relate to that. And even the listeners out there, we know that you're sitting there and you're relating to Felipe right now. You've lost someone very close to your heart by one of the different cancers. And if you're wondering how you can make a difference to the community, if you're wondering about what nonprofit you can support, let's make that decision for you today. Please take the time to go to cancer.org. That is cancer.org, where the American Cancer Society is doing amazing things. And there is a place in the top right-hand corner where it says donate. You can click on that and you can make a difference. Doesn't matter how small or how big your gift can be, it's still together, accumulatively, we're making a difference. Putting all our little pennies together, all our dollars together, we are making a difference. Anywhere in the world, wherever you are sitting, in your car, in your living room, listening to this podcast, we really appeal to you to make that decision today and to make a difference. So thank you, Felipe, for bringing that nonprofit up to the pedestal so that we can spend some time supporting it this month.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So we've come to the part of the podcast where it's a little bit more lighthearted, a little
Good.
funnier. So we're going to play a little bit of a game, and I'm not sure if we've never played it on the podcast.
Ah,
I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the alphabet story.
I had not actually. I love it. It's great, great.
Me neither, Sheree. Never heard of it before.
Okay.
So here we go. So for the listeners, the alphabet story is basically the three of us together are going to talk out a story or a conversation, or however we've got to work together here and go with the flow of whoever's speaking next. And we're using the alphabet from A to Z on each sentence we start. So for example, if I'm going to go first, I'm going to start with the letter A, and I'm going to say, all of the people in the shops today were getting on my nerves, will be the first person. Then say, for example, Tanya's going to go next, but she has to start her sentence with B because that's the next letter on the alphabet. So then she has to start with a sentence with B saying, be a little patient, Shireen. It's not the end of the world, And then, Felipe, you're going to start a sentence with C, and so on and so forth. So we're going to try this.
Sure. I love it.
What letter are we going to stop at, Shireen? We going from A to Z, or are we going to stop at like L or something?
Well, let's see if we can make it all the way to.
Yeah, I think so. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I'm actually pulling up the alphabet now, so that I can have the alphabet letters in front of me, because knowing me, I'm probably going to lose track on where we are.
I got it.
Sorry, if you haven't done that, I recommend you doing that. Yeah.
I like fun. I love it.
Let's see how far we get. Let's the aim is to get to Z, but if we don't get it because we're laughing too hard or we can't think of a sentence, it's fine. It's all good. Sure. All right. So who wants to go first is my next question.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Why not?
All right. Yeah. Go for it, Felipe.
Good. Amazing is all things that we do together. Amazing. Just amazing for all the things that we're going to do together throughout this podcast.
Tanya, you're next.
Beautiful days ahead involving all of us.
Can't wait to chat to Felipe after the podcast.
Doing great things is what our story is all about. That's why we're here today.
Empowering each other is where it begins.
From as many as South Africans to Americans, we're going to reach the world with an impact.
Love it. Love it. Great things, great deeds are in our future.
Higher powers, whatever you believe in, is what we need to embrace.
I'm not sure if I can do that all the time, but I'm going to try.
Got it. Well, just join us for the journey along the way.
Heights will appear when you need them.
Lost is sometimes how I feel when I feel overwhelmed.
I love it. I love it. More or less, we are here to achieve. We're here to succeed and achieve, more or less.
Never underestimate the power of kindness.
Or love.
I love it. Paul, and the great Paul in the Bible, give us all our shields throughout the day to protect us.
Quiet moments are where we can really feel the power.
Rest in the support of one another.
Stay fast. Stay in the right journey as we support one another.
Take the time to really understand each other, positive, negative, good, bad, or what may be perceived in that way.
Uh,
I will help Shireen.
umbrellas.
Uni-
We have to
let's
purchase.
unify our society, unify our group through our challenging times.
No.
Value, I'll take the V on, value what is in front of us and love the ones that we should.
Tanya.
Windows will open to our amazement.
Extra amounts of giving to the community for support.
Zeal. That's you extra, right? A Y. It's Y for me, right? Oh, that's right. Okay,
Mine was wrong. Mine was wrong. Extra does not start with an X.
That's exactly right.
Starts
That's
with an
not with an E. That's right. That's right. Extra. That's right. So I will go with Y. You and I, and all of us on this podcast, let God give you all your life journeys and believe in it and live in it. It's your moment in time. And Z?
Zebras come in black and white. Colors mean nothing. And we're all here to support each other's journey. And that concludes our alphabet. And I'll leave you with Felipe. Go ahead, Felipe.
We did it. We did it. We did it. We did. You okay, Shereen?
Oh my gosh, I am laughing myself silly here. I mean, can I not spell? Extra doesn't start.
Is that right? It's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we spell it with an X. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll check the E out for you. That's all. No worries.
That's all good. It's all. We have a nice little story we can put together, like a nice booklet or something. You know?
That's true. We could.
I love it. Thank you for
did a good job.
participating. I really
I've
appreciate
never played that game
loved it
before. Yeah.
myself. Actually, it was very cool. Very cool. Very
Awesome.
cool. Very
Well,
cool.
thank you so much. And I just want to take a few minutes before we end this podcast to just allow Tanya and Felipe to share with the listeners where they can find you if they would like to, reach out to you, if they've been inspired by what you've said, or they would like to know a little bit more about the industry that you're in. Won't you just share in a few minutes to the audience just where they can find you, where they can contact you? Go ahead, Tanya.
So thank you both, Felipe and Shireen, for the opportunity today. So for those of you that have been inspired by me, my verb is inspire. My name is Tanya Scotisi. You can find me on LinkedIn. I spend a lot of time there. I don't have a TV. I don't usually do any outside sources or media, so I spend a lot of time. I'm currently the director of the mortuary program at Miami-Dade College for anyone wanting to have a career change for becoming a funeral director and/or embalmer. And I also do senior placement, matching people who can no longer live alone with communities in the Miami-Dade, Broward, and West Coast of Florida areas. We are a free placement agency. This is truly my blessed work. As I mentioned, my verb is inspire. I'm always looking for new ways that I can be of service in servant leadership. So if anything resonates, new careers, you know what? I may be taking on e-waste as a new mission, Felipe. So I may be your first employee. So you never know. Okay. Just putting it out there.
Well, I love it. I'm glad. So from that, we take on all new employees. So thank you, Tanya, for making that introduction. I'm Felipe Wright. As stated earlier, I'm the president and CEO of E-Waste Tech Holdings. Shireen and Tanya, it's been a pleasure being with you today. To reach me, you can reach my email. It's fwright@ewastetechholdings.com with an S. My website is ewaste-tech.com. You'll learn from that website. It gives you a story. You'll see from our conversation we had today, we didn't shy away for the toughness. We want to let you know it's available, but again, you can push through it all. This model, you can call me if you need me. We know, again, as I stated, this is a global challenge. So we make this as a global opportunity to work together to address the challenges in this e-waste industry. As I use my words, I don't look at it as a challenge. I look at it as pure as an opportunity to empower lives, to revitalize communities, and protect our planet. we all have a responsibility of taking care of that. So please feel free to reach out to me. I welcome the opportunity to come speak to your universities. I'm a constant facilitator and lecturer on electronic waste and social entrepreneurship. And as you know, the term of social entrepreneurship is about doing good, but about making a profit. So anytime you want me to speak on that topic, I'm welcome that as well. And again, I'll welcome Shireen and Tanya to the family of E-Waste Tech Holdings. We need all the help. We need all the talent. But more so, we need people that love people and that God do a work for us. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much. It was lovely having you. And so for me personally, Shireen Boita, you'll find me on LinkedIn. Shireen's bookkeeping services, you'll also find on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. But more importantly, you're listening to Friends from Wild Places. So you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on LinkedIn as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your family and friends if you like listening to us. You do have another podcast before this with Brian that we spoke about, the priest that was a priest, now an entrepreneur. Go check him out. We've got so many more guests coming your way. So if you want to go to our website, it's friendsfromwildplaces.buzzsprout.com. That's friendsfromwildplaces.buzzsprout.com. There you can actually subscribe and support us that way. So we really appreciate you for listening. Thank you so much for all your support, and we'll see you next time, guys. And remember, you got this, and stay wild. Bye, guys.
Amen.
You've been listening to Friends from Wild Places with Shireen Boita. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast from the links to catch every episode and unleash your passion.